2025 turned out to be an inspirational yet albeit difficult year for the world of gaming at times, but it's been really cool to see some studios pull off games on shoestring budgets that we never would have thought before, while others took really expensive lessons when they didn't listen to their communities. But in this video, we're going to cover the major things that happened in 2025, what you need to know, and of course, the things that you need to look out for and get excited for the world of gaming in 2026, because it looks like it's picking up strong with some incredible titles as well as some really big developments. From things like an indie team sweeping the actual game awards to blockbuster titles getting delays or so many messy things in between, it was a year that we'll never forget. We also saw some unexpected yet amazing things though as well, like Battlefield 6. That playtest in the summer got tons of hype and we were wondering, would they deliver? And sure enough, Battlefield 6 delivered in spades. Not only that, but they're basically obliterating Call of Duty. Call of Duty's player counts are at an all-time low, but what it's done at the same time is built up a whole cult community around Battlefield 6, and that is exploding. We're seeing it with numbers in the channel as well. And then also really unique games like Arc Raiders are doing really well. Then on a bit more of the unfortunate side, we have GTA 6, which has been delayed yet again, hopefully to November of 2026. And then in the Web3 crypto gaming space, it has been a roller coaster of emotions. All our games that we are looking forward to had significant delays. Some really cool ones like Aether Games or Neon Heroes, they actually had to physically shut down, so there was so much blood in the streets. But what came from that is games that survived and listened to the community, and I think that's one of the biggest lessons of 2025 is listening to the community and see what comes up. So we're really excited to see what happens with Illuvium, more details on that, as well as the Axie Infinity universe and Off the Grid. As for a feel-good story, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 was an absolutely breakout success. This relatively cheap game, which launched at $50, none of those annoying paywalls, and they absolutely crushed it in terms of acting, great story, and overall really fun RPG game to play. In fact, if you haven't played that one yet, we just released a full video on it, so definitely check that out for everything to expect from Clair Obscur. As for the harder truth this cycle, the gaming industry shed roughly 40,000 jobs over the past few years, with 2025 continuing that brutal trend. Nearly every studio, large and small, made cuts. We definitely saw this in Web3 gaming, where so many projects were forced to shut down in 2025. But at the same time, it's the hard times that show us which teams actually care and are in it for the long haul, so we definitely saw some inspirational stories throughout 2025, and there's going to be so much more to look forward to in 2026. As for crypto gaming projects that crushed it, Pudgy Penguins is the clear winner of 2026. Their mobile game absolutely crushed it, continuing to do well, but best of all, they listened to their community and they actually built something that is a lot of fun, and we continue to have game nights and play it. Speaking of that, stay tuned for a little bit later in the video where we talk about these game nights, but they've been great because it's a good way to get the community together, get on Discord, have a fun chat, and play with some new friends. As for Axie Infinity, their 2025 story was more about rebuilding and trusting in their ecosystem. We had some great communication with their devs and team, and they promised to deliver a really fun MMO, Atia's Legacy, coming up very soon that is heavily community focused. And speaking of them, Funjible Games got to do some traveling in 2025, and some of those stops were Korea for Korean Blockchain Week, and there we got to meet up with Jihos and some of the team, and they actually rented out an entire restaurant, gave free chicken wings to everyone, had some fun, Ronin and Axie prizes, and spoke about what they're planning on in the future. And events like this just showcase how much they like their community, and they're pushing forward for a strong 2026. Then another one of those massive titles from 2021, Illuvium, they had to make some really tough decisions this year. They had to cut back from their big vision of a massive MMO for Overworld and turn it into an MMO light. They also had to cut staff and things like that, but fortunately for us, during this whole phase, we were able to have conversations with Kieran. Check it out here if you missed it. He let us know the big vision, what they had to work around, and the things coming up for Illuvium. And one of the biggest things is they are so community focused, more than they ever have been before, and they were scared that they'd lost their community based on the slow deadlines and things like that. But it seems like after those big decisions and making the hard calls, they now have the community on their back and plan so much more coming up for 2026 and 2027. And at the same time, when we're talking about community, I think it's really good that we do a small shout out to Pixels, because they're one of the games that really stuck to their core vision from the beginning, became really truly community focused, so much so that they got anti-bot software to make sure they were only only rewarding their community members. And throughout 2025, even though it was really difficult in the world of crypto and crypto gaming, they kept their player pool strong and kept rewarding their community. And because there's a fun social element to Pixels 2 and getting the community together and feeling that belonging, they're able to push through 2025 where so many others just failed. Then for the Funjible Games 2025 highlights, it was an interesting year. We got to meet some really cool people, got to meet some of the community. We started up these playtests. If you haven't tried them yet, definitely check them out because it is a fun time to get together and play games with friends. You can also suggest games that we all play together. So although it was a really difficult year in the world of crypto gaming, it was great to see the true fans come together, and we've covered a lot more of those fun Web 2 games that we can also play together as well. Some of our strongest performing content this year focused on educational guides and ecosystem news that were all about clarity. Chess is a cool one to check out if you like playing chess. And then Off the Grid, if you like those extraction battle royales, our videos helped onboard players in the early days. Then from there, talking about top crypto games and MMORPGs helped introduce thousands of players to titles that they might want to try, and it was great to see the community growing. Then in terms of some fun firsts for Funjible Games, besides the fun community building and game nights, we also launched a game in partnership with our sister channel Altcoin Buzz, and that is Surge. That is a fun Telegram crypto prediction game that is swipe-based, risk-free, all about players predicting the right price of charts and graphs moving over time and getting rewarded in that exclusive gold. If you're a fan of prediction games or crypto charts, you definitely have to check out Surge. Then along with fun destinations like Korea and Singapore and Dubai, where we got to meet a lot of gamers and gaming founders this year, CoinFest Asia in Bali also stood out because it was great to get out and meet so many people. We had on-site demos, got to meet and play with the team of AnyChess. There was also some big updates from YGG, some major things coming out from, say, in the world of gaming, The Sandbox, and we ourselves, Funjible Games, got to go on stage and actually got to moderate a full gaming panel that provided lots of value to the community there. Then for another big thing that happened this year is the platform wars, and here we're talking about PlayStation and Xbox finally made the decision to bring some of their games and make them playable on PlayStation. We got to see titles like Sea of Thieves and Forza find new audiences on PlayStation. Then for Game Pass, we did see a 50% price increase, but there are still so many cool titles to check out there. Then for the big Epic versus Apple showdown, we had mixed results, with courts forcing some openness, but allowing platform holders to still charge commissions on external purchases. Google and Epic reached a settlement that seemed to prioritize their mutual interests, and this is really important because at the end of the day, the developers need to make their money and gamers need to have access to these games and have fun without the developers needing to charge so much more, since quite a lot of that profit could go to the big app stores. So for 2025 as a whole, there was definitely some challenges along the way, but some amazing things happened too. Like we spoke about, some big teams had to make some big adjustments, but that makes us even more excited for 2026 because they're going to release so many of the things they've been working on for the really difficult year they had in 2025, but they also have all these fresh new AI tools and things that are coming to gaming that are bringing AI agents that from a developer side are making it even faster to make games, and then from a player side actually being able to use AI agents in game to make you have a better experience. So we're definitely looking forward to see what happens with AI in gaming in 2026. Then from there, all the exciting titles we're able to see soon. We've got Marvel's Wolverine, Grand Theft Auto 6, Resident Evil Requiem, Forza Horizon 6, 007 First Light. It'll be cool to see another Bond game. Also some anticipated titles for the Nintendo Switch 2 like Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, Mario Tennis Fever, and potentially Borderlands 4, and so many more, but you can see them on our recap list that we posted not too long ago. Then from there, at the end of the day, thank you very much for sticking with Funjible Games through 2025. What a year we all had, but there are some big things coming up for 26. And like we talked about, we have these game nights and they're fun for everyone. So if you haven't checked them out yet, let us know in the comments below and we'll be sure to take you over to our Discord. And if you haven't explored our gaming platform yet, we have over 500 titles for you to check out. Breaking news, project founder interviews, giving you those Easter eggs, and so much more. So check out that platform, Funjible Games. Thanks again for sticking with us and coming on our adventures throughout 2025. We can't wait to bring you all that and more for 2026. So make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.